got just something exciting, something new, something stunning.
Something always exciting.
Yeah.
The wonderful Dr. Michael Leckie.
Oh my God, yeah. There
Hey.
we go.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you,
Mhm.
Robina and Kevin Peel. It's a pleasure as always to be back on the Tuesday Night Magic Theater show. I don't know if I'm something new. I'm definitely something old, but maybe and that's true. I may even be deceased, but I refuse to lay down. So, and I'm guessing by the cobwebs that are on me that you know it's very tenuous whether I'm actually alive or not. I'm so pleased and excited to be here. On that note, um, I was a very well somewhat odd child growing up. I played with weird things. I wished that one day I'd own a hearse. I'd drive a hearse. My parents, when we had guests over, they kind of tutored me to say that I wanted to be a pediatrician or some sort of doctor. And I always said when guests asked me, what do you want to be if you, I mean, when you grow up? And this is the truth. I always said an undertaker. And I think that was purely to embarrass my parents, but it was a little bit quick on the draw too. So part of, and this is true, part of what I used to play with a little bit as a child, this isn't my original one. It's one I bought a couple of years ago. I used to play with a guillotine or a guillotine for some strange reason. It was never actually big enough. Whoops, never actually big enough to chop anyone's finger off or do very little damage. Sometimes I'd put a carrot in or some kind of small vegetable just to play. My mom didn't care for it. I offered that she borrow it and use it in the kitchen, but for some reason she never did. So fast forward years later, and I find this really cool prop. It makes a noise, it rattles, it slices and dices and juliennes and shreds. It actually does. It can cut. It's got a really neat stainless steel blade. Sometimes I'll pull a hair out and let it. I don't think we're going to split hairs in this case, but I do like to sort of play with it that way and just see, hmm, really how sharp it is. And that's not the half of it. This is the other half of it, to be truthful. And it's the case. And it looks pretty cool to house this whole thing. And as you can see, as I showed you earlier, the blade starts at the top. You could see it go through the first, second, and third hole, just like so. And in the old days being the 70s, 80s, and 90s, yes, I used to use a very similar chopper for my magic tricks, my magic show. I do this very, very close up. But you know what? Rather than having somebody or scare somebody, I'm going to put my own finger in here. I guess it's a way of making a point. I'll stick it right through like so. I'm not used to using my own finger for this. Ah, I just had an idea. Think maybe we'll use a cloth to catch the blood. I mean, to keep things neat and tidy. And my old patter used to be slices, dices, juliennes, and shreds, and it was an old K-tel kind of patter. But I don't. Oh, I think I should probably use this just in case something goes wrong. And oh, I think long ago when I was still practicing, things did go wrong, but we don't talk about the past so much. We're going to try this. If I succeed, the blade will go right through the finger, hopefully not causing too much damage or harm. We're going to see. Wish me well. 1, 2, 3 days ago, I tried this and it didn't work all that well, but we're going to try it this time and hope for the best. 1, 2, 3 times I tried this, and all we got was lady fingers the other day. I did borrow my female assistant's hand. You got to hand it to her. Let's try this again. Oh, I just remembered there's this little switch on the top so that nothing will befall me. Nothing negative will befall me. Here we go. 1, 2. The finger seems to be all right. I don't know if you guys can hear my bones rattling from that. The blade has gone through. It will not pass because it's under the finger. It will not pass through or be released until I remove my finger and show all is well, despite this solid, scary stainless steel surgical blade that we used for not really an experiment, but sort of a demonstration of what I used to like to do as a child in my spare time. I want to thank all of you out there for watching this long and putting up with me.
Dr. Michael, I just have to tell you off, because your puns are getting worse each week, and you're just taking advantage of this platform to do horrible puns. I mean, we need to get back to the magic.
My sincere sympathies. My sympathies. I
Uh,
don't.
Hang on, hang on.
no,
That was
it's
that was
cutting edge
funny.
comedy.
There we go.
Oh, oh, that was a real sharp remark. Oh dear.
Thank you,
We could
Dr.
probably
Michael.
go on, couldn't we?
Thank you. We all enjoyed that. That was
Thank
great.
you so much. Yeah.
There you go. Let me just remove the right one. Hopefully this is you, not me. Hey,
Ah.
look at that.